Saturday on WKRP.
I've done thousands of promotions in my day.
But not like this.
Turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
Tonight on CBS.
You know, when you think about it, there really aren't that many TV shows that had Thanksgiving-themed episodes. However, even if there were, this particular episode of WKRP in Cincinnati, titled Turkeys Away, would be right at the very top. Quite frankly, this episode has no equal. More on that in just a moment, but before I get going, let me introduce myself. Hi folks, my name is Dave Sundstrom, and I like to think of myself as something of a pop culture historian, especially when it comes to music, movies, and television. Simply put, I love talking about this stuff. So with that said, let's get rolling.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Growing up, WKRP in Cincinnati was one of my favorite TV shows. It just worked for me on so many different levels. The cast was great. Really, if you think about it, Hugh Wilson and team really hit a bullseye when they cast each one of these characters. And maybe, just maybe, the show was so darn good because Hugh himself had worked in the radio industry. Yep, way before WKRP in Cincinnati. Hugh Wilson had worked at WQXI in Atlanta. And the truth of the matter is that it was his time at WQXI, with all sorts of personalities like these nutty fellers, that gave us the memorably hilarious Turkeys Away. Now for those who haven't seen the episode, I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say it involves a live turkey giveaway. And of course, ace newsman Les Nessman is on hand to report on the festivities. But before we go there, let's actually have actor Gary Sandy introduce the episode, which involves throwing live turkeys from a helicopter.
Hi, I'm Gary Sandy. You know, of all the shows we've done on WKRP in the first 3 seasons, not one show ever generated the amount of mail, the amount of interest, as a show we did our very first season. It was called Turkeys Away. As
you might expect, things don't play out exactly as anticipated because it turns out that turkeys are not birds of flight. In that episode, Gordon Jump as Arthur Carlson gets to deliver one of the all-time greatest lines in television history.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
This episode has proved so iconic that you can actually go out and get yourself a Turkey Drop t-shirt. In fact, there's a bunch of different designs out there. I'm kind of partial to the one being held up here by Les Nessman himself, actor Richard Sanders. But like I said, there are tons of different styles out there. The important thing is that if you're in the US, you need to get yourself one before Thanksgiving. And what the heck, who cares where you live really? This shirt is fashionably relevant whenever and wherever you choose to wear it. So as I mentioned earlier, there is a lot of truth in this classic episode of WKRP. In fact, if you Google something like, did the WKRP turkey drop actually happen? You will get confirmation that it was a real incident. Still, there are some things on the show that, well, they're just not true. Hugh Wilson himself a few years back talked about the episode and while confirming its veracity also acknowledged that the event itself did not involve a helicopter. Instead, live turkeys were thrown out from the back of a truck. The end result is the same. Turkeys hitting the ground with deadly force, but Wilson realized that turkeys falling from a helicopter, well, it was going to enhance the episode's comedic effect. In that same video, he also talks about the cancellation of WKRP. In the end, network executives had to decide between canceling 2 classic TV shows, and you know what? This is the one that CBS decided to keep. What do you think about that decision? Personally, I'd say no. But I know there are a bunch of Alice fans out there. So as long as we're talking about WKRP, I should also acknowledge the passing of Hugh Wilson in 2018. Such a talented man. Along with WKRP in Cincinnati, he gave us some great movies, like Guarding Tess, The First Wives Club, and of course, Police Academy. Okay, let's wrap things up with this picture of Bailey and Herb, a couple of other great characters from a wonderful TV show that was canceled, in my mind, way too soon. Alright, now it's your turn. Please share your memories in the comments section, and if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Maybe even share it on Facebook or Twitter. And what the heck? why not subscribe to my channel? I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.